Welcome back everyone to Let's Play, oh my gosh, Arms Trade Tycoon Tanks, episode number 4 now. Alright, we're going to do some fun stuff. We're going to hopefully win some money this episode. I kind of planned it out a little bit off camera, but I can kind of show you what I was doing. Right now I wanted to start really constructing what this new, new heavy design would be like. So I was just going through it, and we kind of have a pretty good prototype, an idea of what the prototype will look like. So, first of all, the Mark V here is at least it's good. I mean, if other people are submitting the Mark I, we know we have a pretty significant advantage. Also, the stats for it aren't that much worse in terms of construction and cost. So it's not like there's not a huge downside to choosing it. Kind of the same thing with the Tadpole running gear. It's a lot heavier, but we have the added weight room, so we're fine. We basically need to make sure we keep this under 31,000, and that's just a smidge under what the maximum for the running gear is, so it's pretty convenient. It's almost like they know or they plan for you to use this gear. Now this is where there's a real trick, a real trade here. I don't know if we are going to be able to fit the Ricardo 6-cylinder on. So I am building a new Daimler Knight, but unfortunately I think it's also too heavy. So it turns out that although this is going to be a lot cheaper in terms of man hours, funny enough, after all my talk about how weight doesn't matter, oh, I guess weight does matter. So anyways, I'm going to use the original secondaries because this is 15 kilograms lighter, which is actually going to play a role, you'll see, but most importantly, for a tank which is built around its heart attack, we don't need the 3-time increase, the 60 man-hour increase per machine gun. So we'll do that. We'll take the cab. Again, same story for that machine gun. And now for this, you can see that going from the male Mark I to the male Mark I V2 Heavy, it is a very slight increase, and this is because, again, I didn't choose any modifications. I just went completely crazy. So although this one says it's 2,085, it is, but so it should be, yeah, so 36, wait, yeah, 85, yeah, so this one goes up to 28721, and this claims it's the same. So again, this is the thing, the game doesn't update, but when I click on this, 721 is actually 221, so it's a 1221. It's 500 heavier. So it just word to the wise, be careful about what is reported here. You have to look at the actual change. I'm sure that will be fixed in a future version of the game. And this is the generic basic 6-pounder gun that we designed for the prototype. So we probably want to change this thing up, but as is, it's fine, and we can pretend that this is what we're going to use. So we have a full tank ready to go, and the things we're planning to maybe tweak a little bit is if we can the power unit. I'm not sure if it'll be possible because the time is ticking down on the when we have to submit this by. The other thing could be, and I think will be first, changing out the 6-pounder for something with a little more hard attack. We can put like some scopes and stuff like that on it, increase that hard attack a little bit more. Okay, so selected crew, this is just, I wish there was an auto select, because this is all you do every time is click, 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 please, for the love of God, give us, I can't, hey, anyway. So if there was like an auto give me the selected crew, that would be fantastic, because basically all I'm doing is kind of like the default. The only one that's really interesting here is the very last choice. Let me just close this guy off real fast. So after we just do everything generic and fill all the minimum requirements, we need a mechanic at least. But if we do a full mechanic, it'll be 4 points, and that'll put us to 8/6. I prefer not to have the mechanic overcrewed, but I'm not sure if it'll make any difference for the hard attack or not. Because in theory, with these things breaking down all the time, extra mechanic points are probably going to be fantastic. But in our case, just in case it helps the gun along at all, I'm going to choose the gunner mechanic, which is going to give us 2 points of mechanics. We're fine there, and it overcrews us in gun instead of in mechanics. So that's I don't know. I don't have a feel at all for how much that'll impact things, but at least my motivation is because heart attack is the main thing. So there we go. So this gives us a value of 32,246, but that's not with ammo, so let's pick the ammo next. Just pick some generic. This is like 20 pounds total, so, or 20 kilograms total. Doesn't matter much, but this is actually going to take up a fair amount, basically 500. So what we can see is when we have the ammunition chosen, one is 230, the other is 270, so it is exactly 500 extra, and we're now 220 thereabouts below our max. Okay, so that's it. We'll just keep that in mind, 200 below our max, which means that if we change out any parts, we can only go to a max of 200 from here. Now, one of the things I'm looking to do, though, is actually change the firepower on to get these instead. Not the 3-pounders, but the 6-pounder. So this is only 200, which means we'll probably get rid of the 230, which is the more soft attack oriented shell. And this one's also soft attack oriented, but it does 5 hard damage, so it's actually fantastic for us. And we'll put this in, that'll save us 30 pounds. So now, okay, that's a little bit of extra, so we're going from 220, now we have 250 we can spare. Which means 250 we can spare probably is going to go all into the gun. Okay, so we don't actually have anything. I just want to quickly take a look at the time. We have 18 days to get this thing out. And we also have our due date for the contract. That's right. So let me actually finalize the contract. I did a test off camera, and I believe... So first of all, the value for this tank to be built, the build time for this thing is about 2 to 3 days. So I don't know how I was getting 4 days. I mean, the math was checking out. Or I was getting even more than that. Wasn't I getting like 14 days or whatever? Anyways, it's like 2 to 3 days. So we can say, I don't remember exactly what it was, but to be safe, I'll say 2.5 days. And maybe it's actually probably down to even just 2 days if I get a few more workers. So we can feel pretty comfortable setting this all the way down and setting this all the way up, which sounds insane. And we can actually put this down not to 15, but we can actually get away with 16 tanks, which seems, you know, crazy, but it's crazy good. I think we can do it. So I am confirming this. We're going for it. So that's our offer. Take it or leave it. And I think they will take it. So it's a pretty expensive tank. Not for us, but, you know, for the military. But, yeah, well, I mean, we need to... Once we get started... I mean, there's no element in this game of, like, doing it for national pride or whatever. Like, cutting your money for, like, more reputation. That would be a nice mechanic, though. Yeah, because you could kind of think of, you know, waving the Union Jack and, yeah, go team. So... Alright, so production, we still have to wait 10 more days to begin construction on the last 2 tanks we're missing. So let's just go ahead and fast forward until our research is done. Alright, so there's a medium cavalry tank. This one's pretty interesting. 18,000 kilograms, soft firepower, mobility, and reliability. So that is going to be a pretty big mix, a change. It's a real curveball to our current design scheme. And our offer was accepted, which is fantastic. That means now we are committed. We have to get those 16 tanks out. First thing we're going to do is ship out the ones we have. So we know that we have 14 in stock. We'll go over to logistics. You can take either trucks or trains. We really hope we don't lose any. There's actually a possibility of losing one, which would be just horrible. So I really hope that doesn't happen. But I don't even know if this mechanic has been implemented into the game, because I have never seen any losses or fires or burglaries or sabotages or whatever. I've never seen any failures, and I don't think I'm that lucky. In fact, typically in games, I'm not. So this is going to take just a smidge more, 1,400. It takes 14 days. We'll ship this. The trucks actually will be ready for us for the second shipment of the last 2 tanks. However, we won't have enough time at that point, so we'll probably have to go with the railroad, and once again hope that doesn't incur any problems. So there we go. Those are off. And what's next? Still 3 more days. Oh no. It happened again? No, I must have been seeing things. I thought the research was going to finish earlier. Okay, anyways, we got both of them back, so hopefully whatever I was witnessing there is just my mind playing tricks on me. So we have some research we want to do with this. First, I guess we should take a look at... okay, so I think the first thing we should do is take a look at the new engine and see how expensive it is. I mean, what the weight is on it. Let's go for this. Running gear, that's all set in stone. But the difference has to be less than 200, and it is not. It is clearly not. In fact, it's almost 300 over. So 250 would be 610, and it's 630. So we could redesign yet another engine. I'm not like in love with this current engine, definitely not. But I honestly don't know if we can get a new design engine out in time, because those take a little bit longer to design. What I know we can do is at least get another gun out. We can just throw on all the bells and whistles to increase hard accuracy. Perfect. So we'll do that. See what else we have here. Telescopic Site. So I don't think we put either of these on our first gun, which means at least there's some relatively small but some basic improvement to this gun. And the weight added is, so it's 380. I think it started at 3. Yeah, it says here it started at 350. So we'll only be increasing our weight by 30 for this, which still puts us at basically like 200 pounds we could spend on an engine if we can crank this out pretty quickly. Let's see how long this would take. 16 days. Let's do it in 2. Okay. So let's do that one in 2. It took 8 people. And then because now what I'm targeting is in 2 days we'll do the final design, which means I need this to be done in 2 days, which looks like we can do it. Oh, wait, 37? Yeah, I thought this was 64 for a second. So I need 3 extra engineers, but we'll just go pick those up. And we have 30 extra workers available to hire, so I don't think we'll have any problem getting the extra 2 tanks. Okay, so that's that, and now research. Yeah, 2 days, perfect. So in 2 days we'll just finalize our design with, it'll be a little bit less weight, basically. I don't think we have any other, we don't really have any other way of making it better. We just ran out of time. Just double check that. 13 days, yeah. Oh yeah, we're out of time. We haven't even designed it yet, and then we really want it to run through the trials first. So 2 days. We'll wait those 2 days. Please don't have a hiccup. Good. Okay, so the improved. I didn't rename it. Damn it. I always forget. That'd be another thing if they automatically put on the V2 or the Mark II or whatever. I mean, whatever, what have you, or asked you if you wanted to rename it or name it the same thing. I'm sure there's a lot of little optimizations which will happen over time. So the good news, like I said, I've mentioned this before about the shell type, is that you don't need to do any development on that. That's just immediately available, which means that both of the things which just finished, we can put onto our new tank. Yeah, I don't think we'll be able to do this. I mean, to get the other one. We could see. I'm definitely not going to have it replace any of these other things. Okay, so put that one on. And is that 380? Yeah, it is 80. So it's not like this needs to be multiplied by 2 for both sides. Although one kind of would expect that would be the case. But okay, so let's get our clicking all done with. This is going to win. I'm pretty sure this will win the contract. So that's not the concern. I mean, if that's not the concern, what am I thinking? Why am I caring about whatever else, like the minor? This is a good tank. And it'll win the contract. And it is a good tank. Better than, I mean, so obviously it's using the Mark V design. The worst thing about it, unfortunately, is the engine. But that could not be helped because 31,000 is actually, difficult to meet. All right, so let's go with this stuff. I might actually switch this over to the... maybe like, well, I guess something which like the overalls, which is very low man hours. Although the pistol is also very low man hours. What isn't? Oh, these are all very low. Okay, fine. So I'll switch it from the pistol over to this comfort thing. Because we have soft attack already. Okay, and then ammunition-wise, this is the one place where we can make a bit of a difference. We won't use the Lyddite this time. We'll still use the solid shell because this has the hard armor penetration. Oh, it's a wash. Oh, it's +1 overall. Okay, and this is actually a negative to hard. So let's just, oh, it doesn't show. But anyways, it's a negative. So we'll choose the solid steel, which is unfortunately the more expensive of the two, but that's fine because we're not going to run into weight issues. And there you go. We're actually back down to 776. I think we gained 5 total pounds for the various part substitutions. 200 kilograms underweight, but not enough time for us to do anything about it. So let's just get the design name going. Mark 5. So the first Mark 5. So let me make sure I capitalize that correctly, even though it doesn't show up here. It'll show up later. So Mark 5 prototype. Okay, good. Mark 5 prototype. And it's going to take 225 days, which means now that I think we have 13 days left, and we need 4 days. So I don't need to do this many. Let me see. Get well, definitely 30 something was going to be the same as whatever 40 that I was going to do there. If I do 25, that's actually an even 9 days. That's actually kind of bad. 9 days. So let's go to 25. Oops. And when does it get to 8? 30? Oh. Oh, 29. Okay, I can put 29 on this. When does it get to the 7? 33. Let's do the 7. I don't want to... I really wish I could save this design temporarily and actually go back and take a look at the contract. How many days was it? Alright, I better be safe about it and do 7 days. So, start. Alright, done. Done is done. Alright, we have 12 engineers, and they have 7 days. I don't know if that's enough to do any of the tech which we still have left. So, are you guys able to do... how many days? 7? 7. Okay, so 7 days. Yeah. So if 750 is not enough, I doubt we're going to find anything else that's low enough. I could probably add a few people to this temporarily just to get this one going. Okay, let's just look through all of them. Hull, none here. Yeah, okay, it's definitely not going to happen. I'm seeing man hours over 1,000. Yeah, 750 is definitely the lowest one. So, what do we need to get this down to, what was it, 7? 12? Oh man, just short. So we need 13. Oh, right. So we just need one more. Well, that's easy enough. We're about to make a lot of money, I'm telling myself, so. There we go. Alright, 7 days. 7 days, now we just wait for this to finish. And we also have to make sure when this deal comes in that we immediately... we're going to have to grab the extra workers, I think. But we'll see in 3 days what we're going to do with that. Okay, there it is. Ow, ouch. We lost almost all... this is probably about 92%. 200 out of 2,000? No, it's not. It's like 90. So 18 out of 20. Wow, that is close to... jeez. It is close to 92%. Huh. Is that the... high carbon steel too. Dang it. Got kind of screwed there. I mean, that's the risk, but... Okay, anyways, let's open up this new line and let's just see what one person will take to do this. 121 days. So that means this is 3 days, but that means we even have one extra worker, I guess 2 extra workers to be very, very safe. We'll have enough to do this in 2 days apiece. Fantastic. So, by the way, if I do this, is this 5 days? Yeah, perfect. Okay. So we can just hire, probably I can just do 1 worker at a time, but I think it'll only require 1 worker. Just check it. Am I right? Two days, good. So we want 2 of these, and I don't think there's anything else to do about this. So in 4 days this will be done, and then we'll ship them off by train. Hopefully we don't, have any bad incidents. So let's go ahead and start this. Alright. So 4 more days for that. I probably ought to get... Okay, we do have more high carbon steel coming in. And our 14 are still en route. 4 more days until then. Well, lots of things happen in 4 days, so let's move on to that. Oh, good. So a new tank company or tank regiment is forming. Our tanks, once they're actually arriving, will go to Company A. It's pretty cool. Excuse me, that's not what I wanted to do. I just want to check on all the contract-related stuff. So 6 days left, which means, wow, we're barely going to squeeze in this before the deadline. And 16 tanks, we have not delivered any of them yet, which is pretty scary. But that should change soon. Alright, gunner station's finished, but more importantly... Okay, well, that's also very important, the 2 prototypes finished. But the Mark V prototype is now done. Okay, good. So let's immediately begin field testing on that, or trials, whatever it is. So it'll take 4 days, and quite a lot of money, 5,000. So 4 days, 4 days. Oh my gosh. I think we're going to have to submit it blind. I'm pretty sure we're going to have to submit it blind. So I must have goofed somehow. I thought I was going to be able to get this in before. I probably could have taken it down to 6 days if I had pushed harder. I mean, if the trials are going to take 4 days, let me just verify that is really the case. Yeah, it is. So let's just go ahead and submit. Let's just wait 1 day and then submit, I guess. It's a little wonky. I mean, why not just submit now? But I'm pretty sure we're going to win because we know we have a good design. So that's not really the issue. It's unfortunate we don't know how good this thing scores. And I know that there's technically the 4th day, there's 4 days left, but I don't know how the game works, if it gives you the 4th day, or does that already count as overdue? I think, if I had to guess, I think it actually counts as overdue. So, alright, let's just offer it right now. Details. I'm pretty sure this is gonna win the contract, but we'll wait and see. Okay, so now we just need to worry about getting our production stuff in. And what we could do after the trials is actually start producing the heavy tank. So we have a lot of workers, then they're idle, but at that point we're gonna need more materials. So let's see what we have. So we need high carbon steel, and nobody has anything for us but the US, and they're still in the process of delivering it, which means we can't set another order, which is kind of silly, by the way. I think you should be able to set multiple orders, but it's not that big of a deal. I think it's fine if it's just a game mechanic to do it that way. We also need medium carbon steel. My goodness, do we? Wow, we have more from China is arriving soon. That's probably all we need. That is arriving in 9 days, 5,500. That's good. Okay, fair enough. Oh yeah, these are done, right? So we need to ship them off. So they have to get there on July 4th, right? On or before July 4th. So let's go to logistics. We have 2 waiting here, and Oh, interesting. They only have capacity for one, the trucks. Well, anyways, we'll use the two, so a bit more expensive per, obviously the price is 2.5 times higher to use the train, but they'll get there in 7 days, which will be just ahead of the deadline. So let's go ahead and ship them. And man, it would be great if we could actually get all that going. And the other tanks are going to arrive in just 2 days. That's good. Alright, so engineers, gotta get more research going. Now we gotta start gearing up at this point for the Cavalry one, which has soft attack as a requirement. So I think it would be useful. Oh, and reliability. We actually have to try to prioritize reliability, which I have done nothing about so far. Just nothing. It might be... No, I think that they have all machine guns, even though it's pretty goofy that you can't end up... I mean, maybe I should just get the next turret. Did I already get it? Oh, wait, no. Is it whole? Oh, there it is. This will be pretty hard to get in time for the next design, but let's railroad towards it, and then we'll have to make do with whatever reliability stuff we already have like, you know, researched. Some of these things are going to be helpful though. I want to try to go for improved chaser hull, the medium Hornet, because it stores more crew, I think. Is that right? I'm really not sure. Yeah, crew slots. Has 3... Yeah, it has... a commander, a driver, and then it has 4 people. Okay, so let's go over to the original. Oops, not that. This one has... Yeah, this one has 1 less person in it. Which means that even getting 1 extra person probably won't solve our problem. I think I'll still go with these for, you know, spare tracks is good for reliability. Should be, right? No? Guess not. One would guess. I guess they did. Actually, that's not true. Spare tracks don't improve your reliability. They're, you know, the tracks still can break down. It just helps you if reliability ends up being an issue. Let me see. What do we want for this? 280, 182. It's going to be... I'm not going to do the math. 37, I guess. Okay, start that. Okay, now we have to remember... I mean, let's take a look at what we already have going on. Really looking forward to this game to make more progress and to open up new things. Oh wow, we don't even have the hull. Okay, well, you know what our first order of business is. Let's go open up a medium whippet hull. Okay, reliability is the name of the game. And weight is kind of a problem. So soft attack is also important, so we'll choose the Skeens mounts. Okay, but reliability up. So we'll do this one, even though it's pretty expensive in terms of weight. This is -1 to stealth, so this acts against protection, which again is not one of the stats for this. It's reliability instead of protection. It's mobility, soft, and reliability. But I don't think we need to do this. I don't really see the benefit. This one is range. It's good, but I think I'll actually put this on the back instead of on the front. You can put them in both, but okay. And bulletproof rivets, very expensive in terms of weight, but I think this is going to be helpful. Reliability hull goes up by 2, which means reliability goes up by 2, from 6 to 8. Alright, so let's see. Hard rate of fire, soft rounds, hard rounds. This is a good one, and this helps mobility quite a lot too, so we'll do this one as well. I'll just put both on there. Okay, so that's pretty expensive. We'll save that as the medium whippet. It's gonna take 9 people 10 days. So I think I'm going to go get yet another engineer to try to finish these a little bit faster. So 10 obviously will finish in 9 days. 11 will finish in 8 days. So I'm going to get 2 more so I can finish in 8 days. We're expecting to have a big contract completion to pay off our bills. Oh man, it's pretty close to the deadline to be doing this, but that's fine. Okay, we'll hire you anyway. They're lucky. Yeah. You get paid for a full month after only working a few days. Alright, let's go back and do that same thing again. I didn't make a decision on this. I guess I don't need it, so we'll skip it. Okay, so this is +3 range, +2. I mean, it is good. It's very heavy, though. I gotta be careful about that. One sec. Okay. We'll take those, and then both of these, and I got the wrong darn people. Ugh. I got 2 extra workers. Whoops. Well, we're experts at filling out the medium whip pit at this point. I don't know why this one lags loading. Let's go back to this. Yeah, it's too expensive. We're not going to do it. And this will be 8. Good. Alright. We'll at least be able to start looking at the design as soon as we get that. Yeah, we probably need to make the new engine too, so we have our work cut out for us. We might even just skip the light cavalry tank. I mean, it may just not be in the cards. We still don't know if we're going to win or not. Alright, we delivered all 14. That's fantastic. So now we only stand to lose 30,000 from a contract of... how much? 230,000, I think. So we're not... No, it's 220,000. So we only stand to lose like a small amount. We're still going to gain a lot of money, and we should be okay, basically. Wait, we did 20,000 on 15. No, it's 320,000. So we'll still make 290,000 even if both of the train tanks don't make it. And that's really good news that we got 14 delivered. So no money yet. We have to wait until all the deliveries. I think that's kind of a bad system. I mean, we need the money. But thankfully, with the change in the difficulty settings, the way it works now, we at least can coast through. Again, if I was $50,000 or pounds lighter, I would probably, I wouldn't make it through the end of the month. I don't know. Okay, so 7 days are left for us to deliver that, and we are going to deliver it in 5 days. Good. Research in 3 days. Design. Oh yeah, the trials for that are going to be up in 2 days. We still haven't seen the winner announced, so hopefully it's us. Okay. Most of it arrived because it's 98%, and we won. All right, just like we thought we would. So this means we know that there will be 2 contracts totaling 24 tanks to be delivered. So what we can do now is we can put ourselves in position to deliver maybe like 12 of these new tanks. We could make all 24 if we wanted, but I don't know. I'd rather just make half that, and then, because it said the previous one said 3 contracts of like totaling like 50 or something like that, and we saw that one contract was basically like 20, so it's probably like 20 or something like that. But I'd rather undermake and then have to scramble to fix the last few or get a few extra in during the contract reveal. Okay, and this completed his trials. It's nice to kind of go over there and see, but oh yeah, it's beautiful. Look at that protection of 135. It's 135. It's great. Look at the differences in these. 50 firepower hard. It's not even that much more firepower hard. I mean, that makes sense because all we did was do some minor upgrades to the gun. Crew performance is much better in this one. Unintentional. Soft power is actually better than this one. This is just a better tank in like basically every single way. And hey, you know what? You kind of expect that for iterations. Although if we had done the Rev A dual machine gun, you know, in the female sponsons, that would not have been the case. There would have been certainly been areas where the one would be better than the other. Okay, so let's go over to production and let's just see what it will take to build that. And how many can we can only build one right now, and because of medium carbon steel. Okay, so that's fine. And how much will 155 days? So we can probably just go with 52 or so and do this in 3 days, and then be ready for hopefully at that point we'll be ready with more medium carbon steel so that we can keep going, because that is a lot of medium carbon steel we need. Yeah, the 5500 is on the way, so we should be able to boost production pretty quickly. Okay, so let's start this. Three days, and that's when they exactly... Oh no, it arrives in 5 days. Okay, fine. So we'll have to wait a little bit before we can continue production, but we'll get it up and running as fast as we can. End the turn. I saw roof rails, and I saw trial and error, and my brain started panicking. I thought I saw rails, error. I was worried that some of my tanks didn't get delivered, but no, it's just research. Okay, so that's roof rails, then we need this, and then we can get improved chaser hole. It doesn't take that long. Oh, 273. What the heck is this going to be? Well, 40 would be 280 for 7 days. So we'll just need to get a few more engineers. Man, right at the day. Let's look for anything else first that we can do, just so I can buy engineers. Ah, man, we're about to make money. It's fine. I should do the math now. 280. What was it? I think 2 is probably going to be enough. Let me just buy one. Hire one. Sorry, they're people. They have feelings and stuff. Yeah, so 38. Let me go back to this. 273. So we need to get. So 280 would be 40. 280 and 40 would be 7 days. So 7 days. So 7. Oh yeah, actually we have to do 39. It's exactly 39. Let's get that research. Oops. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so 7 days. We'll do it. And what's next? 3 days on the medium whip hit. Okay, that's nice. And actually, we have 2 days on this delivery, so I really hope... I mean, July... Oh, by the way, we'll watch our money tick down to 54. Oh. Interesting. German High Command has started to realize the potential of tanks, but its own efforts in creating such weapons would take significant investments and require time. As the war demands these weapons already now, Germany is offering you to share your experience in tank building in return for a wealthy compensation. Naturally, no public announcements will be made, and all transactions will be done in all due discretion. Be aware that there is always a risk for Britain to find out about your affairs with its enemy, causing some significant problems for your business. This is 35 money for free, basically, but I think we'll decline this. Because we are loyal. Loyal to the crown. In my other game, the test game, well, the most recent test game I was playing with on the old version of the demo, I had to do that, otherwise I was going to be bankrupt. So I have tried that out, but nothing came of it in the short amount before I went actually bankrupt later. So I don't know what actually happens there, but you get money, that's what happens. One more day, huh? One more day. Okay, one more day it is. Oh gosh, I saw one. They keep teasing me. There it is. Okay, and this is really justifies our decision not to take that bribe from Germany. We just received 320,000 and got the 3.2 reputation. And now we're finally at a point where, and this is out of order, obviously, we know, but we're finally at the point where we've stabilized. Now it's like we're looking at it and we can feel a little bit better about our financial situation. So much so that we can start doing some of the upgrades which we previously would never have considered doing. Maybe we should take a little bit of time and do that, but no, we're running out of time in this video. One of the ones I was considering was material storage so that we can just get a ton more. Loading focus is faster delivery of tanks to the clients, but it says improving railroad infrastructure. I wish that this would help trucks, but I'm not sure it does. Maybe it also does, though. Let's actually just do it and see what happens. I mean, will we know? Will I remember how many days it takes? I'm going to hold off on it for now. But wait, I think the one I will go over to is this design one. Whoops, not design itself, but the building overview. We'll go down here and we will pick up the lower labor cost for the designs we're making. I think that one's really important, so we'll upgrade that. It's also a design bonus. Oh, okay, that makes sense. And probably we should go over to the research place and look at the bonuses we can apply here. We can get all these little upgrades for things. We probably should just take a look at what research we have done the least of. And look at it, I mean, we're reaching the end of these tech trees, so maybe it's not even important to do any of these. I probably should have been... I mean, it's kind of hard to spare the money in the beginning when this stuff would provide the most benefit. But is there anything I in particular would want to do? Like, what have we done the least of? Yeah, I think that's the question I should ask and answer. Is what do we have the most remaining on? So we have four remaining on whatever this is. Okay, hull, 4 on hull. Only 3 on turrets. Definitely not that one. All right, we have a few here. 5. So the most so far is 5 on power unit. 5. We also have 5 on running gear, but I think in general these cost less than power unit, so power unit is still the favorite. Oh wow, we have a lot on primary we need to do. Although a lot of these are not that important, but still, a lot of research to be done. Yeah, and a lot in secondary as well, and this is actually, I think, more important to do. So let's put it into secondary. Oops. Spend all our hard-earned money. So upgrade this one. And there's something similar for us in engineering. We can go and do all of these. You know what? This is not as important in my opinion. Oh, look at that. Whole focus of 10. That might be... Nah, I mean, just... I don't think that this one's worth it. The design days aren't that high. I mean, we usually only put like, 10 people on it, and it still only takes like 6 days or so. So it's a lot less expensive than research. Okay, so we're doing a lot. I mean, I guess I don't even know what administration benefits would be. Nothing. Personal focus. A reduction in overall staff expenses? That sounds pretty good. Reduction in overall Zero staff expenses. So the fire risk doesn't make sense to me. I don't know why my staff building liquid. Is it like the lamps are too close to the paper or something? Yeah, I think we're just looking for things to spend things on needlessly. Probably the most important thing we can do is just buy more materials. Okay, so how are we doing on materials? Yeah, we're even low on iron at this point. Let's go to Russia and get a bunch of iron. So let's get maybe... I mean, we have enough right now. Enough money, I should say. Let's get maybe like 5,000 more iron. I'll just stick with 4,900 because that's where the wheel stops spinning, basically. Alright, this is on the way. And they still have more available, so let's wait to buy more from China. Rubber is honestly the only one we don't need more of. And then high carbon steel, which we got at the shipment from the US, so we can get more from the US, and we do need it. So probably get 5,000 of this as well. Better to be overstocked than under. Okay, so we'll buy that. We'll get that in another 20 days. And then we just need to pick up more medium carbon steel as soon as our delivery from China is complete. We'll see how badly we get burned by that. Okay. Alright, so we can advance a little bit more now, but we're at 47 minutes. Probably it's a good place to stop. So we won a contract. I mean, that was great. Next up for us is... Oh, wait, did we get the... Oh, it's 2 more days. Oh, we got the engineering project finished. I wanted to just get the next production run started, but now we have to do more of this. So with the medium whippet, we'll probably call the video to a close here, but let me look at the design first. If we were to make the medium whippet, what would it look like? Well, I know it's missing tracks and everything, so we can't build it yet. And we need an engine as well, so we have a lot to do with the medium whippet. Jeez. So what do we need next is just go one after the other. Running gear is what we need. Running gear. Cross-country speed at the cost of whole sides and better repair. Yeah, that's good. We could get these if I had... It's pretty easy to research. I'm just missing one. 14, 15. I might have to look at... So reliability is kind of important on this one, right? So I can't do that as quickly. This is reliability +2. I think this one's a good one to do, even though it's extremely expensive. We'll take a look at the cost of everything and see if we're just... if it's impossible for us to do or not. It's pretty good. And that's that. Okay, so medium running gear, this is fine. This will take... 4 days. Or I could just get... Yeah, one more person. Okay, well, we're running out of time. We're really running out of time. I'm just going to call the video to a close here. So we'll finish the engineering stuff next time and begin production in one more day when the medium carbon steel arrives. We'll see where it goes from there. Until then, thanks for watching, stay safe, and take care.